Live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris. This is We Love Comics, and I have an unboxing that I want to do for you guys. It's an act of kindness, and it's also payment for the auctions. If you've never purchased from my auctions before, I give the ability for, especially for more expensive books, payment plans anywhere from 3 months up to 2 years, where you could pay it off with no interest as long as you're paying on time. Um, and I have many people that took advantage of that my last auction. So this is one of the people. They send me cash every time. So I wanted to show an unboxing because he said that, and shout out to Daniel who sent this. Um, he ended up telling me there's a couple of nice comics that he put in here as well as a thank you. So I won't say what books he's bidding on because one of them he's made a complete payment on, and his birthday's coming up. So Daniel, if you're here, put a comment in the comment section with the link of your channel. Everybody give him at least a shout out for his birthday. It's coming up in the next day or so. And hopefully you'll subscribe. That'll be a nice birthday present for him. But he sends me every month without question. He's ordered several times for me. I mean, big keys like Daredevil #1. Um, I believe Hulk 180, Amazing Spider-Man 14. So he's bought some big boy books for me. And like I said, I'm not going to talk about the ones that he purchased here because I don't want to ruin any unboxings, but they're definitely probably I would consider Grail books, but at very least mega key books. So I just wanted to show this and my way of saying thank you. So let's first make sure we give props to all of my Patreon members. So if you'd like your name up on the screen and a shout out every single video, all you have to do is join patreon.com/we love comics. There is no minimum amount to be able to get the shout out. No matter what you contribute, you will get your name up here. The person that does have the most will be always listed last. So if you want to know what that amount is, let me know. And also, you'll see some people have names and others have like for example Instagram accounts. If you would rather me put a social network for your shout out or a YouTube channel or whatever instead of your name, just let me know at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. I think the minimum to join anybody's Patreon account is $2. If we can get up to 20 paid members, got the giveaways I'm looking forward to giving away to my Patreon members as a way to say thank you for your patronage for your subscription. I can't pronounce it today. Um, Again, no minimum to enter the contest either, but you'll get one entry for every $2 you apply to your We Love Comics Patreon account. And you can pause this at any time to check out all the different giveaways starting at just 20 paid members. Looking to acquire some comics? If you have any of these comics or know anybody that has them, let's get a deal done because it helps both parties save thousands of dollars. It also helps save hundreds in taxes because when you buy something like an Amazing Fantasy 15, you're probably going to spend three, four, five, $600 in taxes and up, depending on the grade. So doing trades prevents that from, leaving your pocket and entering somebody else's. And also at the end of the year, it's non-reportable because if you do trades, they're not taxable. So just imagine instead of earning an income all year, you just did trades for everything you wanted, you'd have no tax income that you'd have to pay. So contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com and let's make it happen. I would love to acquire any of the books on the list, including The Journey into Mystery 83, which I did purchase thanks to my mother and wife a couple of months back, and actually was able to upgrade it doing a pressing. So check out my previous videos about that if you want to know what the upgrade ended up being. But if you want to critique my AI art, I thought I would keep it PG today. You're more than welcome to leave a comment, either good or bad. I'll leave that up to you. And let's put on the video camera. So here is, let me put this so you can see also the things on my shelves, which by the way, any of these things, including the Star Wars toys and everything, are potential trade bait to get some of those comics. So if you ever see anything in a video on the shelves that you think, hey, I would like that to add to the trade, as long as it's an even and fair trade, I have no problem sacrificing almost anything that you see. So let me know. All right, so I haven't opened this yet. And again, shout out to Daniel. And hopefully you'll subscribe to him. He's actually one of my moderators. I think he's purchased more comics from me than anybody else. So eventually he's going to have a bigger We Love Comics Connect collection than I have. But hey, as long as people are, happy with the transactions, I'm happy as well. All right, so let's just go through this first. I want to make sure because sometimes he writes my names on the envelope. So just to see, make sure there's nothing inside here. Okay. Just to show you the trust that people put in me, because like I said, these people have purchased from me time and time again. So just so you can see, you know, I am extremely trustworthy with this. So one of the books with this payment, he's made final payment for, so I'm going to mail it out, Daniel, on Wednesday. So as usual, thank you for your trust in me. And he'll be doing an unboxing video like he's done on several occasions. And he sent me some comics as well, so I wanted to show these. So this is actually very nice of him. First up, Silver Age book. We got Hulk issue 110. If you know anything about the Hulk series, it originally went from issue 1 through 6, and then it was doing so bad at the time they discontinued it, and then they put him with Ant-Man in Tales to Astonish till issue 104. And then Hulk at that point got popular again to the point where they reissued the Incredible Hulk under his solo title on issue 105. So this is pretty early in the Incredible Hulk run. I actually have one of these graded, but definitely incredibly nice. I've never owned this one before. This is a Silver Age Thor book, issue number 159. I'm glad I noticed this because it's upside down and there's no tape. So let me tape that really quick so it doesn't come flying out. Key thing, if you're going to tape your bag, always fold a little bit of the tape. So this way, if you ever have to remove it, it makes it a heck of a lot easier to do. Okay, so it's upside down. I'll fix that later. I should have fixed it now. But again, I don't know if there's any significance of this book, but still early. Mighty Thor, issue 159. Of course, Thor's debut is issue 83. And then last but not least, I believe it's a first print of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 9. So that's pretty cool. Love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. One day I would love to own the first issue in a first print. I have, probably not here now, but I have a couple of the second issue. I have, I think, up until issue 11. I don't know if I've got some of them lost over the years or stolen years back, but yeah, that's actually really cool. So thank you for that. So he sent these 3 books included. And again, his birthday's coming up in the next day or so. He told me about that in an email. So if you could subscribe to his channel, that would be awesome. And like I said, when I do my auctions, um, I do basically it's basically a layaway program. If you're my age, you know what layaway programs are, but I allow people depending on, somebody like, for example, Daniel, who's purchased from me literally dozens of times, I'll give a longer payment plan, but the average is at least 3 months to a year that I'll give on my auction. So people can actually be able to buy one of these books. Now, I don't charge any interest, but if somebody, you have to make a payment every month. If you miss a payment, it's a $10 charge each time. Because remember, I'm basically holding your book for you. And if I'm not getting the income that I needed when I was selling it, you know, it's a lot better than interest that some companies charge. I mean, credit cards now are charging like almost 30% interest, which is absolutely ridiculous. But hopefully you'll check out my auctions. I should have another one coming soon. So if you're ever interested, I'll always give a heads up. And also, it pays to be one of my power viewers or ultra power viewers because before I do an auction, I actually do a sneak preview of the books. I don't go into major details in them other than, the grade because I tend to, my auctions tend to be graded books because it's just easier. So this way people don't have to guess or, if I overgraded it and somebody gets upset. So I think like 99% of the books that I sell in my auctions are all graded. And most of them, I would say probably, again, 95 to 100% of the books are ones that I bought raw and had graded myself. So you don't have to worry about a bait and switch. Now, of course, there are CGC and CBCS books that I bought off eBay already graded. So I can't guarantee there wasn't a bait and switch in any of those. But the PGX books are primarily ones that I get by raw. I get sent in and get graded, so those are the books. So I always do a sneak preview, and people that don't want to wait until the auction, there might be a book that they absolutely want to get. You have the ability to make an offer on the comic before the auction ever happens, and you can actually acquire that book before the auction, so no one else has the opportunity to get it. So I do a lot of things that most other channels don't do. And as a matter of fact, I mean, the comic book community won't give me the credit, but I am the one that started comic book auctions way back on my original We Love Comics channel. But hey, I'm glad other people are doing it, and I'm glad they're successful, because to me, it's all about the community helping each other. And that's why I go above and beyond, and that's why I have people that will literally send me cash in the mail, knowing that they're going to get their books and they're going to be well protected when they're mailed, and they're going to be shipped out quickly, and they'll be exactly what was sold in the auction. So if you've never used one of my auctions before, um, talk to people that have purchased from me before. And if you're one of the people that have purchased from me before, leave a comment in the comment section of this video of your experiences. And especially when you're a regular purchaser, which I have many. I don't get a lot of people bidding, but I get a lot of repeat people bidding. And to me, that says anything, because, you can cheat somebody if you're that kind of crooked person, but you only get away with it once. People buying from me 4, 5, 6 times and multiple times more than that says that I'm doing everything that they appreciate. So I take a lot of pride in that. And I've had people send me cash overseas to order books. So let's read some comments, but shout out to Daniel. Um, his name is Daniel Cochran. Hopefully you'll subscribe to his channel and give him at least a birthday shout out. Well, let's read some comments here. We got Florence, one of my moderators, says hello, welcome. GT Key Comic, usually first in the comment section, but he was beaten today. Another one of my moderators, Dan Lewis, says, hey, yeah. Welcome, Dan. Punisher XS, haven't seen you in a little bit, says, yo, what's happening? Legion of Comics says, what's happening? Glad to hear you made it safe through the storm. Knock on wood, that was stressful. Let's just put it that way. But I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemies, but I appreciate all the kind words, so thank you for that. GTK Comics says, Chris, I admit I am partial to your adult record themed AI art. Yeah, I'm glad you like that. I won't do it too often, but of course, I want to make sure I covered any naughty bits. But I wasn't even trying to make an AI art like that. It just happened. So I'm like, all right, cool. But I'll just make sure I block out anything that would be bringing it down or bring it up to a rated R rating. I don't want that on my channel, but I'm glad you appreciate it. But I like to mix it up. I don't want any one particular theme. Legion of Comics says, Tales ended at 101. Oh, yes, you're correct. Been a little while. So, yes, Hulk started at 102. So, thank you for that correction. Been a little while. So, yes, he says Hulk started at 102. 105 is the famous coming out of the grave cover. Yes. All right. Thank you for the correction. See, that's why it's good to have my subscribers be able to check on those things, because it's been a little while since I've had a Hulk conversation. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. And see, you can easily correct somebody without being, well, you could be positive, and that's exactly what he did. So thank you, Legion of Comics. I appreciate that. Legion of Comics says those are some bangers. Very kind gift. Yeah, Daniel's always been nice, and I think he appreciates the discounts I've given him, the time to be able to make payments on books, because if you're buying on something on eBay, unless you have PayPal credit, you have to pay for it right away. If you buy from a comic book store, you have to pay for it right away. And a lot of YouTube comic book auctions, if you make a bid, you have to pay for it right away. I allow people to do, like I said, anywhere, like the last auction I did, I think it was back in either January or February of this year. I was allowing people up to 2 years to make payments. Now, obviously, the faster you make the payments, the quicker you get the book. But I don't know anybody out there that's giving 1 year to pay for a book. And that's why people were able to buy very expensive books that they may not have been able to get. Now, luckily, a lot of these books I tend to have multiple copies of. So it helps me be able to pay some bills because I don't need to do an auction. Because I sell so much on my auctions, I only have to do maybe 2 auctions a year and all my bills are paid for, and I'm able to have a little bit to be able to buy another comic or two. It helps my viewers because they're able to get comics that they might not have been able to afford because of not having a payment plan, and knowing they're going to be buying from somebody that's extremely trustworthy, and they get their comics every time, and they get them fast every time, and they get them securely packaged every time. That's why they repeatedly buy from me over and over again. Um, they're happy, I'm happy. And that's how businesses should work. It shouldn't be one side is getting all the advantages. It should be where everybody is mutually happy. That's how you have a successful business. So, I mean, I could do more auctions a year, but I don't want to pay $20,000 in taxes. So I'm not gonna, I mean, if I did an auction every week, I would have so much income from selling comics, knock on wood, I mean, I'm guessing, that, I mean, my taxes would be ridiculous. And I don't need to have money to buy a fancy car or to buy, fancy jewelry or go on expensive vacations. My priorities are my wife and I, the bills, my cats, both inside and stray cats, and buying some more comics with anything extra. So I don't need to live a lavish lifestyle. I'm very happy with whatever I have. So I don't need to go crazy selling my comics until the crash for the housing market arrives, which is getting closer and closer by the month. We'll buy our forever home, and that's when I'll sell some of my big boy books. Because as much as I love my comics, I want my wife to live in a house where she's very happy and we can eventually retire and have a yard big enough to take all of those stray cats that I take care of and bring them to a place where they're loved and appreciated and safe. That's my ultimate goal. So that's why even with my Patreon account, a lot of the proceeds help towards feeding and paying hospital bills and taking care of up to between 20 and 25 stray cats that I take care of twice a day, every day. That's my family. That's my joy, including the comics as well. So I don't need to go crazy with stuff, but I'll do another auction soon. And I just wanted to wait for some people to start paying off their previous auctions. Now, obviously, somebody that's dealt with me many times, I don't mind adding on to what they have. I've had people do that before, but I'll announce it soon. So pay attention to my videos because, like I said, when I'm going to do an auction, the day or two before the auction starts, I do a sneak preview, and you can actually make offers on the books. And if that offer is something I will accept, you could pay for it or do the payment plan right there, and it's no longer available for the auction. So people that wait and say, "Oh, I'm going to try and take my chances on when the auction arrives and place a bid." Um, Most of my sales are either before or after the auction. It's actually quite funny. I think the last auction or the auction before that, I had zero bidders on any comic that I had in the auction. But then I sold probably half of the auction after the auction was done. It's just weird, but hey, to me, a sale is a sale. I'm not worried about when it happens. So it does pay to buy in advance. But let's see if we have any more comments. James Logan says, "Hello, everyone. I just got here. I love the Venom and the cat art. Thank you. I thought that would be kind of cool for a act of kindness video, especially with Venom being so popular these days." Um, Legion of Comics says, "When is your next auction?" I don't have a specific date in mind, but I would say probably within the next month or so. Because Christmas is coming, and I want to make sure I have some extra cash to be able to get my wife something for Christmas. Because her and my mother as well, because her and my mother have helped me get Hulk #1 and Journey into Mystery 83 by allowing me to have my birthday, Christmas presents, and stuff like that early. So I won't be getting any Christmas presents at Christmas time because I already got them this year, and I'm perfectly fine with that. And to me, Christmas is all about giving anyway. So I'll probably before November ends, I'll be doing another auction, but of course I'll keep people posted on that, so it'll be soon. But it'll give you an opportunity to see the auction, the preview beforehand. Kendall Kidd says hello, and Carl Cooper says hello from Arizona. Welcome. All right, guys, so that's the video. If you want to critique the AI art, please do. I'll just show it again really quick. I thought I'd do something that would be cool with an act of kindness. You could critique it positive or negative. I'll leave that up to you because, as they say, art is subjective. If you want your name on this list and get our shout outs, which, by the way, the shout outs are to Carl Sith, Michael B., Kevin W., James R., Dan L., Kim N., Annabelle N., Jason B., Stephen L., Scott. If you have Instagram, check out Scott WU077. So that's Scott WU077 on Instagram. If you have Facebook, check out Darth Bleak at Stephen L. Turk Author. And if you have Instagram, once again, last but not least, Silver Age Surfer _comics. And if you join any of theirs, just leave a message, say We Love Comics sent you. They absolutely appreciate it. So if you want to become one of the people on this list and get a shout out, just go to patreon.com/. We Love Comics. There is no minimum to be able to get that. I don't believe in people having to spend extra money to get bonuses like that. So the bare minimum is perfectly fine with me because it's always appreciated. As they say, it's the thought that counts. To me, it's not the dollar amount. But if we can get to 20 paid members, I got giveaways going. Again, no minimum to be able to join the Patreon contest, but you'll get one entry for every $2 you put into your account. So the more that you put into your monthly Patreon account for We Love Comics, the more entries you'll get. And once we get to 20, we're going to start doing the giveaways every single month. There's at least 20 paid members. So now's the time to join. And again, you could do a $2 minimum, and that's perfectly fine. Trying to get some of the trades, let's make that happen. Contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. Almost any of my comics is up for grab, with a few exceptions, and anything you've seen in previous videos or on my shelves, like including signed, what do I have? Where is it? Signed LeBron James graded cards, Star Wars figures and toys. I have an original Furby, a whole bunch of different things. I have a Nolan Ryan signed plaque. If you think that would help get the trade happening, by all means, please contact me at peacefulfeelings@yahoo.com. So shout out to Daniel. Really appreciate it. Shout out to all of you guys. Let's do today's surprise subscriber shout outs. We're going to go with Kendall Gill and Legion of Comics. Both of you are today's surprise subscriber shout out. That means if you have a YouTube channel, once this video uploads, you can place your link to either a specific video or to your YouTube channel in the comments section. If you don't have a YouTube channel that you make videos on, or you just prefer to do a link to one of your social networks like Instagram or Facebook or any of those places, you can put a link to that instead. If you don't have a social network that you want people to visit, and you have maybe something you have, like, for example, a eBay store, or you sell stuff on Facebook or Instagram, for example, and you'd rather have a link to one of your sales, by all means, please, you can post a link there. I'll leave it up to you. Now, none of these have to be comic book related, but those will work best here because this is a comic book channel. But as long as the content and the things that you sell are suitable for all audiences, I have no problem with help my community to be able to get an extra view or maybe an extra purchase or two. So keep in mind, any link that is posted in the comments section automatically goes to spam. This keeps trolls and spammers from putting inappropriate links onto my channel. I verify every link that's placed. So if you see a link in the comments section, it means it was verified and it will take you somewhere age appropriate. So if you see a link, go click on it, go support our fellow community, and give them a thumbs up. Check out what they have for sale, or visit them on their social network and say hi. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. If you're interested in any of my comic book mystery boxes, I put a link in the live chat. It is also in the description of this or any video. I sell packages of 20 comics, anywhere from a $25 basic package up to a $5,000 platinum package, and everything in between. And if you want to see some of the comics I've given away from previous people that bought from me and made videos, in the search engine on YouTube, just type in "We Love Comics Mystery Box," and you'll see a couple of YouTubers over the years that have bought one of them is a golden, I think a diamond package is, I think it's about a $1,500 package. So you can see the kind of comics that I send. So that's it. So check out the link in that. If you click on the link to my store, you're going to see like pyramids and soaps and deodorants and stuff at first. You're on the right site. I also sell and make those things myself. Just scroll down to the bottom until you see the comic book section, and you'll see all the different levels of the mystery boxes. And if you do a mystery box unboxing video, send me the link and I will post it on my channel. I will subscribe to your channel and help promote it to get you some more subscribers and viewers, because that also helps me when you show off the comics. So again, community should be all about helping one another, not just one benefiting off of others. It should be mutual. And I think that's why I get so many people. I mean, I got thousands of views, but I get thousands of repeat people over the years because they appreciate what I do. And I appreciate them for being here and showing support. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you want to hit thumbs up, that's great. If you want to hit thumbs down, perfectly fine. You want to hit subscribe, that's great. Just don't hit the person next to you because that's not nice. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, it is not you, it is not I, it is We Love Comics. Shout out again to Daniel, to all of you out there, and don't forget to have your trolls spayed or neutered. Have a great